Okay. All right.
Yeah, so you gotta wait for it to send out the alerts, and then see, I haven't gotten it yet. So let's see how long it takes.
Oh, it tells you how much people have put in your thing? They got that up there now.
Yeah, they got it's a whole bunch of new features now that they didn't have before. Which is why I got confused when I was trying to do it myself. Because I don't know how it works these days. Do I get notifications? Let me see. Remy Shi. I got to go Shi.
What's happening? We're gonna wait a few more minutes to get see if a few more people come.
Oh, I thought you were talking like me. What's the name of your channel? It's like can you imagine? Okay, here I can see. There we go. So I'm gonna man the comments, okay? So you don't have to worry about that.
Great.
And then.
All right, you want to start this conversation?
Well, what did you want to ask me?
Well, I've been getting people wanting me to elaborate on what, something you had said.
Uh-oh.
All right.
What did I say with my big old mouth?
All right, so the elaboration is on this.
If no, don't play it. Just tell me what they asked. I don't care.
All right, well, the elaboration is, well, what do you mean when you have girlfriends who want to join your household? Like, what's the appeal of joining?
Oh, when I said they're on a waiting list?
Yeah. What's that whole thing about? Like, because a lot of people can't understand.
I don't understand what's not clear about that.
Well, what is this great lifestyle? Now, you understand people want to be a part of 50 Cent's lifestyle or some Hollywood celebrity's lifestyle.
Okay, let's be real, okay? The average woman, you're not about to live Beyonce's life, boo-boo, you not. That's just the reality of the situation, and you're lying to yourself. If you're really sitting here at 35 years old telling yourself, Prince Charming's gonna come rescue me, and I'm about to go off and live in a mansion that's not happening. What are you talking about?
Okay.
You lucky if as a modern-day American woman, you don't have to work 40 hours a week in order to sustain your comfort level. You lucky if that's your life.
That's part one, but what does that have to do with, you having this bravado and saying that you got girlfriends on
It's not
waiting
bravado.
list?
It's just reality.
That's what it seems like to a lot of people. What is this bravado? Who wants to come and be around? This one dude said, because Adonis is God, right? All these girls want to come and so that's what you're saying, right?
Is LeBron James God? Is Michael Jackson God? Is 50 Cent God? Nobody is God. So that doesn't even make any sense for you to say.
But these guys have I know us men. We're looking at it like you must have a lot of money. That's why these girls are on a waiting list.
No, because if you had a lot of money, that don't make no difference. There's men that have tons of money that don't nobody want to mess with him like that. Look at Elon Musk. How many women are lining up talking about, ooh, Elon Musk, ooh, I want me some of him. Nobody cares.
I mean, I don't know if girls are lining up, but allegedly,
ain't nobody lining up. Don't
allegedly he has 12 baby mothers.
Please stop. Don't nobody care. That's what I'm saying. Nobody. You got 12 baby mamas. Where are they at? They're not with you though. You're not dating them.
Yeah, like
They're not currently with you.
That's the thing. We never see these guys around girls. That's something that made me not even want to mess in this manosphere, my H1 channel. Because those dudes were always like fresh and fit, these different dudes.
No,
well, guys like that.
Fresh and
guys
fit. Y'all
like
ain't got no girls. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. You never have girls around you.
You paid a bunch of models to surround your table. That's not the same thing as you go home to a woman who's waiting for you with a hot meal. Can't wait for you to come home. That's not the same thing.
Well, when people are saying like elaborate, they're trying to figure out what is this great lifestyle.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The lifestyle that these women want.
Is it money? It's got to be money.
No, they're just ordinary women. Just women that you run into at the grocery store. They're just normal females. The lifestyle they want is, I don't want to be stressed all day long. Like, I don't want to be stressing myself with how I'm going to pay these bills. What am I going to do with my kids? What are we going to eat tomorrow? They don't want to be stressed with these everyday mundane things.
No.
No.
No. That's not what society tells us. They don't even tell us about that part that's stressful. They say a woman can do this better than a man. In fact, I just saw a report that said 2.1 million women have a house by themselves to where, like, I think it said 2 women to whereas one man has his own house. So that being said, what part is stressful about having your own house and not have to worry about nobody tell you nothing? You don't gotta make these meals. You can just get DoorDash when you want. So, like, we never as men hear women talking about that stuff is stressful.
Because we're not supposed to. We're not supposed to complain about those things being stressful because you're a superwoman, so you're supposed to be able to just handle all of that stuff and never complain. Meanwhile, on the internet, all these lonely, single, angry, bitter women come online and start screaming at everyone because they're stressed the hell out. And nobody wants to live like that.
So what are these
hold on
women?
a second.
Okay.
These women that I'm talking about, they don't live on the internet. They're not living on the internet and taking their misery out on a bunch of strangers who cannot help them. No, they're socializing. They're just going about their day. They're going to work. They're living their lives with all the stress that they have to deal with every day. But they're daydreaming, oh, if only a man would come along to save me from this everyday stress. That would be great, but then they don't run into any men that are worth their while.
It's hard to believe that women are daydreaming of a man when everything you see online...
That's lies.
Because everybody is online, whether these people live online or not.
If you go online, they'll tell you LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. We know that's a lie. Just because you see it online does not mean that it's true. That's not how people feel. Look at all this DEI nonsense that's going on with all the Hollywood movies. They should have been exploding with views. They should have been exploding with people saying, oh, we're so happy that Snow White is brown now. Don't nobody want to watch that? Don't no mom want to take her kids to go and watch that stupid movie? We don't care about that. You understand what I'm saying? That's not real life. That's not how the average person feels. But on the internet, they'll shame you if you say, oh no, Snow White should be brown. Oh no, she shouldn't marry a prince because she don't need nobody. They'll shame you if you say that on the internet. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
But in real life, how many, raise your hand if you took your kids to go and watch that because you felt like, yeah, girls, empowerment. You did not feel like that.
Still. What is the lifestyle of she don't want to have to worry about? What is this guy? Like, what the guys in the audience, and I think these are the guys who are ran by their women. Like, I don't think it's the guys saying this. I think the women are like shaming the dudes if they don't feel like this. All right, that's part of it. Another part of it is women who have a guy's profile picture, so they're hiding behind the avatar of a guy. I never knew that was a thing. I promise you.
Wow.
Okay, so those are the two things.
Okay, so if you're gonna ask me these questions,
wait.
I'm saying if people want me to answer these questions, they cannot have me answering it through the filter of the internet because I don't live on the internet.
Okay.
I'm not a miserable lady, so I don't have no reason to be just literally living online all day, mapping my whole lifestyle around what I see online.
So we know you're not doing that. And here's the thing.
And my friends that I'm talking about that I said, y'all are on a waiting list. They don't live online either. So they don't care what people on the internet are talking about. What's interesting is the polyamorous lifestyle, as taboo as it feels like it is, it's very prevalent. It's a lot more prevalent than people understand because we don't talk about it all over the place. People who are poly don't talk about that. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, there's no reason to talk about it.
They don't. It's not your whole identity.
But people
for one.
always, it's not like being
because
like
there's nothing different about your life than anybody else's life.
What I was gonna say was it's not like being LBGTQ. That's their whole identity and personality.
Even that, a sane LGBTQ person is not making that their identity. It's just a part of their life, but it's not their whole personality.
Well,
hey guys, I just want to let y'all all know before we get started at the meeting, I'm gay.
Listen.
That's not what you're doing.
What I'm saying is the gay people that I remember from back in the days, their personality was their personality, and oh yeah, this person, like, you almost forget that the person is gay.
You forget that they're gay. Yeah, because it doesn't matter. Do we walk around saying, I'm heterosexual, everybody, I just want you to know.
Yeah.
We don't do that. Because why? Like, there's no reason to do that. It's very weird.
Wait. You're being mad loud. Hold on.
I'm being loud?
Because you be getting hyped at the whole
That's
notion.
That's just how I talk.
It's like an indignancy. Is that a word?
Indignant.
Y'all know I dropped out in the 8th grade. I heard that word somewhere. So anyway, I know you be talking to them like, how dare you even ask me that? It's not the old school gay people that we all know and love that are part of our family that you forget that they're gay. It's these newfangled gay people who everything is about them being gay, and that should be celebrated. You're not celebrating.
That's only online. That's what I keep trying to explain. All of these weird like parts of society that people are like, why is y'all like this? I swear it's only on the internet. Off the internet, those same people in those demographics, they don't behave like that. You don't have a bunch of gay. I got girlfriends who come to me and they start like, they have a list of questions, like they're interviewing me.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. Those old school gay people, and then there's these new school gay people, and then there's these internet people who is a mix of everybody. And it seems like the internet people are the ones who are yelling and shouting and shaming and who are like, oh, what is this lifestyle you must live? But I'm saying, those are the people who are in the audience. I don't know who's who. I just like read their words. I know regular people in real life, they come to you with this list and they say, well, what is this? What's this? What's this? They're not yelling and screaming at you through a computer. They're talking to you because you're right in their face.
Because who are you going to find out the information from? If you are genuinely curious about being polyamorous, how the hell are you going to get information about it if you don't ask someone who's already doing it? How are you going to learn how to get married and sustain your marital relationship if you asking a bunch of single people? You know what I'm saying? What do they know about marriage? Not a goddamn thing. So, like, why am I asking you? It doesn't make any sense. I'm broke. I want to get rich. I'm about to go ask some guy who's begging for change on the side of the corner. Hey, how can I get rich? I think you're a good person to let me.
That's
why
logic.
would I do that?
That's logic.
Why would you do that? And then the flip side of it, this is where the internet comes in. Why would you get so angry when somebody who actually has more knowledge than you speaks on that topic and the people want to learn from them? Why are you getting so triggered? Why are you getting so angry about it? You understand what I'm saying? That's weird. Question. That's mad weird. A person who actually is experiencing something, like if I want to know about becoming a professional ice skater, I'm going to ask someone who already be ice skating.
Well, that sounds logical.
Right, but where is that logic? So if somebody comes on their, you know, their YouTube channel, let's say, and starts giving pointers on how to stay balanced easier on your ice skates, I'm about to come in your comment section and start cussing you out, talking about don't nobody care. Well, why are you talking about this?
Those are the what do you say? The netizens. That's what I hear you calling them. Somebody just said OG gay people can fight too. Yes, that's a good point. Especially people from our neighborhood.
They had to be able to. Honestly, you had to be able to, because it really was a struggle for them day to day to go live their lives. They weren't walking around announcing to everyone, I'm gay, guys, move out the way, I'm gay. They weren't doing that. When people figured out, is that person gay?
Yeah.
Could they possibly be gay?
Yeah.
That was enough of a reason for people to start attacking them. You had to be able to fight. What are you even talking about? These people now, they're so soft and so coddled. Like, society caters so much to their weird little feelings.
Is that why people are saying, I guess in essence, let me see, it's like almost like disbelief. When they hear stuff like this, it's like, no, that can't be possible that y'all are doing that. And who are the women who would want to partake in that? Maybe I think that's what the guys want to know. Because that's not something that they're running into. And I know us as guys, that's something that we would like to do.
Well, here's the thing.
We would like to do.
Let's be honest. Let's be completely honest. If you are a man who is dating a woman who doesn't mind being in an open relationship with you, 9 out of 10 times, it's her that's pulling the new women in, not you. Sorry. That's just what it is. That's just the truth. And the reason behind that is because women don't know how safe you are for me to deal with on an intimate level like that. It's a lot of fear going around in the dating pool right now. So a lot of women don't know how to talk to men. They don't know how to vet men. They don't know how to choose men. They don't know what to think of you unless you're just a very...
This was before the advent of the internet. Women didn't know how to date. They didn't really know how to talk to men.
We pick from guys who talk to us. But what I'm saying is, especially now with the internet and the fear-mongering and the social anxiety that's just spreading everywhere, a lot of women have no idea how to speak to men, and the men have no idea how to talk to women. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They just don't feel comfortable interacting with each other. And I'm not even talking about poly relationships. I mean, just in a regular monogamous, so-called normal relationship, you ain't got no girl. You ain't got no man.
2 men is normal. 3 men is normal. 3 girls is normal.
They don't even understand what you're talking about.
They know exactly what I'm talking about.
They don't know what the hell
you
know
exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so anyways, so we're not about to sit here and go back and forth about what's normal. There is no such thing as normal.
It's about what the people who are, I guess, netizens of this channel want to talk about. They're interested. They're like, wow, I know as men. I know this as men. Whatever you women is on, who knows? You're going to speak on
No,
that.
I'm talking about what the women are
I'm
on.
talking about men. Us men, I know we want to. I know we're trying to figure out a way to.
That's what I mean. So I'm answering the question for the guys who are saying,
Okay.
elaborate. We would like more details.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, as a man, if you already have a girlfriend, it's unlikely that women are throwing themselves at you overtly when they find out that you're in an open relationship. That's almost
Let me also
never
say
happening.
this too. The main reason for this is because of the Bible verse Isaiah 4:1. Only certain kinds of people try to interpret that and say, well, that's not what it meant. You ever notice that? Christians always tell you what the Bible didn't mean. It's all interpretation, but your interpretation
Is wrong. Right.
Whoever you talk to, your unless it aligns with whatever their interpretation is, and it's all an interpretation. Can you give me the matter of fact, I want to know the Webster's definition of interpretation.
Really?
What is it? You can off the top of your head?
It's when you're like, you're extracting
You're just
meaning
guessing.
from something.
You're guessing. It's nothing definitive. So
it's just how you're internalizing something.
The verse says that. Well, I'll tell you what the verse doesn't say. The verse doesn't say 7 men are gonna grab a hold of 1 woman. Now let's figure out why it doesn't say that. It says.
Ooh, that's a damn good question.
It doesn't say 7 men. Now this is the thought process of the modern day woman. All these guys want me, and none of y'all are good enough, and I'm not gonna settle for you. The Bible doesn't say 7 men are gonna grab onto 1 woman. Like, why hasn't that happened yet? If nobody's good enough, why are you girls still single? No, the Bible says that 7 women are gonna grab a hold of 1 man. And I'm saying to you guys, are you prepared for that? Are you and your current woman, because I'm sure you only got 1, I only have 1. Are you prepared for that when that happens? Is your woman ready to put these girls on a waiting list?
Nobody's even thinking about that. Because in their day-to-day lives, like I just said, most men are not being approached by no women. They don't even got 1 girl. They don't know how to talk to women. So either you scaring them away or you just don't even interact with them at all, except for on Cashapp or like on TikTok. That's it.
That's
not
another
the same
thing. That's how a lot of guys, I think one of the reasons I believe I'm interpreting that 7 women will grab hold of 1 man is because men are so scared of women in this day and age. Guys weren't scared of women in the 80s and the 90s and even in the early 2000s. This generation of men is scared. Y'all are scared of women.
But also back in those generations, there was nothing to be scared of because women were more receptive to men approaching them. We were more receptive to playing our part in a relationship. We were more receptive to being nice to a guy. Like I said earlier, these women out here, they scared. They don't know what to think when guys are talking to them.
So these women, they're scared of men. So because of their fear response, they just turn on this anger switch.
Yes.
And the men in this generation are the same way. They're scared of women, literally terrified of the responsibility of being a man. They don't even know what that is.
That's the part.
So
I think
wait. So they will turn on their I ain't no simp response. You're scared. You're afraid of women.
I think when we say you're scared of women, they think we mean you're intimidated of her because she's smarter and makes more money than you.
Here are the things that the modern day man is scared of. For one, you're scared of going to jail. You're certain that this woman is going to send you to jail for something, for nothing. You're certain of that. Second, you're afraid to solve problems because you don't know how to solve problems. You're not a problem solver in your own life without a woman around. You normally cry to your mom and ask your mother for advice, and your mother don't even know, and she'll tell you that. Your own mother will tell you she don't know. Your own mother didn't have a husband. Your own mother now at 30, 40, 50 years old would be married. She would get married. She's out here dating. She's trying to get attention from a man.
Okay, so
we know this for a fact because we see these women dancing on TikTok.
Above Average Joe said, if I could handle 7, I would, but at 54, I can barely handle 2. And that's the thing. It's not it's not really a compliment because the Bible says 7 women are going to take hold of 1 man. That's not saying like he's going to be living it up in girl heaven.
That's a diss to women. That's a diss to women. Why do 7 of you need to grab 1 guy? What happened to feminism? I thought her man is her man, and you should leave him alone. What about the woman you already have, right? Let's say you already got a woman, and 7 girls try to grab a hold of you. Where's this? Well, if you want them, you can have them. Now you off and you lonely again. Now we already see what women are going through being lonely. I'm not trying to sell nothing to you.
So this is the beginnings of that. That's why when that person was asking, what do you mean your girlfriends are on a waiting list? That's what I mean. There's more than 7 girls in my circle of girlfriends, and of course not all of my girlfriends want to be in a poly relationship, but a lot more than you would think. You know what I'm saying? All of them should be like, nah, I'm good, I'm waiting for my Prince Charming to come along.
Speaking of that, I'm good. Tell me about this waiting women out theory. I know for a fact men don't know about this, and I never heard of it when I ran into you. Never heard of it. Just explain what that is.
I'm trying to put it in simple terms because it has to be like in context. Waiting them out means like okay, so you might have like a coworker, let's say, who is kind of like flirty with you a little bit, but she keeps this barrier up where she doesn't want you to think that you can just openly ask her out. So she kind of beats around the bush with her behavior, where sometimes she'll signal like she's interested and sometimes she like pulls back, right? So
this is what we call sending mixed signals, right?
Yeah.
That's what guys call it.
Yeah. And as the guy, sometimes it's difficult to read that because you're like, do she like me or do she not, right? A lot of times she does like you, but something is going on in her life at the moment that's a distraction for her.
Like what? Like what's going on in her life that's stopping her from taking it all the way with you as a guy?
For example, in some cases, she's not actually single. She might have some dude who she's in a situationship with. And she can't make up her mind whether or not she want to stay with him or let him go or give him another chance, whatever. This dude is effing up.
That's one possible scenario. What's another one?
Another thing is like she got kids and she don't feel comfortable bringing some dude around her kids.
That's 2 possible scenarios. What's another possible scenario why a woman would be sending this mixed message? She likes you, but she won't go all the way like that. She's kind of keeping her distance.
She's telling herself, I gotta get my life together first. So
what does that mean? You got to get your life together. These are things we
listen. This is why I get stressed talking about this stuff because I gotta deal with this with my girlfriends all the time, and I'm almost 40 years old. Like y'all are in your late 30s, some of them a little older than me, and y'all are still doing this like you're in high school. What is wrong with you? And at the same time, in the same breath, while they talk like this, they'll be like, yeah. So when I finally get my husband, and I'm like, what husband? What are you talking about? You'd be lucky if you become a side chick. Like, what are you talking about?
And wait. And that kind of starts the conversation. What do you mean? I ain't gonna be nobody's side chick.
You already been somebody's side chick almost your entire adult life. What are you talking about?
Wait. You've already been somebody's side chick. 10, 15 years before you
know how many of my girlfriends will say, oh yeah, so this one guy was really into him, but then 3 months down the line find out he got a whole family. What?
Well, let me ask you this. Did she leave the guy when she found that out?
Eventually. You understand what I'm saying?
Wait, not right away?
But here's the thing.
Not right away?
You only left because you found out he had a girlfriend or a wife. You didn't leave because something was wrong with him. You just left because your jealousy told you, well, I'm not about to share nobody. So you left. You see what I'm saying? Which is fine. But then after you left, where are all these options of men that are lining up to give you the princess life?
Wait, let me say this. Where are the 7 men that are trying to take a hold of you, one woman? Where is that at? We haven't seen that. The only time I saw all of these men around one woman was in Madonna's Material Girl video. That's the only time I saw a whole bunch of men around some girl like they were trying to...
So this is what I'm saying. I don't advocate for a poly lifestyle for the general public. Hell no. I think if everybody was trying to... Like, that's another thing about the LGBT DEI conversation. Now they want everybody to be in that demographic. Why? Like, you supposed to be the minority. That's what makes you special. You guys just are able to chill in this lifestyle.
Well, let me explain
do
why.
what you're doing and make it work.
2 reasons they want everybody to be in the DEI.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why. What I'm saying is you're taking the specialness away from it by making it a norm. Everybody should be DEI. Everybody should be identifying with a letter. Everybody should be in the Rainbow Brigade.
Well, this is what I'm trying to say. Ultimately, this is a conspiracy channel. And what better way to break up the family than to stop it from even forming in the first place? Because there are no children. Like, humanity would stop if people stop having kids. They're not going to find a way to incubate and create people. They would have already done it. Like Cat Williams said, all the stuff you guys can allegedly clone, why y'all haven't cloned water yet?
Nino said, bro went live. Salute to you and the family. Thank you. Robert said, I love you guys. You're making me think of becoming a Muslim. And speaking of Muslim, when I talk to my Muslim friends and we talk about dating and marriage and all of this stuff, they don't have these crazy takes that you see on the internet all the time. My Muslim female friends who are wives, they don't feel oppressed. They don't feel like they're not getting special treatment. They actually tell me this is the most feminist religion that exists. Feminism existed before feminism existed in Islam. And I asked them, why are you saying that? You got to cover yourself. Don't you feel suffocated? How can you be out here in the summer sun with all them curtains over you? And they explained to me, you are the one that's oppressed because you got your whole cleavage hanging out, and that's what you think you need to do to get attention from anybody. I don't have to do that. I can cover myself from head to toe, and you're forced to pay attention to my personality, not how I look. So when I open my mouth, you pay attention to what I'm saying. You listen to what I'm talking about to decide, does she actually make sense, what she's saying, or am I distracted because she's got pretty face or pretty hair or whatever else? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my guy said, I'll never be a rainbow warrior.
But they want you to be, though. They really want you to be. They coming
jokes.
for our kids. They want our kids to be. You know what I'm saying?
And they've said
because they
this
already
openly.
know this generation. Now you're not getting us. They already know this, so they got to demonize how we think and
Right.
sprinkle it down to the kids.
Right.
But yeah, so my Muslim girlfriends, they always be coming at me like, bro, like we feel sorry for y'all that y'all got to come out the house with no clothes on. And prove to everyone your worth based on how y'all look. You got to be so skinny you can't gain 5 pounds because you think you're going to run your man away because everybody is judging him based on how you look. That's really sad. It's sad that you guys think that that's normal.
I'm just curious, especially if we're Christians. How are you going to handle these 7 women taking a hold of your one man? That's not saying that they're going to get them, but they're going to
She's going to be like, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Get away from my man.
But I mean, honestly, it's like we're already seeing the beginnings of it. We're seeing women making more money, having their own homes, not having children, but still wanting the attention of a man. It's the man looking at you, the man talking to you, the man listening to you vent. You still find yourself wanting that. Like, why isn't Tinder filling this void for you
that hasn't
as
gone
women?
away. That hasn't gone away. But what the internet has done is shamed us women for having those kinds of feelings. For example, you was asking me, what about your lifestyle? Is your girlfriend's coveting this? I have free time. I can just sit on my husband's live and talk with him. Yeah, we're talking to you guys, but I'm spending time with my husband.
I would ask all of the women, like, why don't you have this right now?
He's at work right now. Most of my girlfriends, they can't do that. They can't go to work with their boyfriends. They can't.
Let's say the part again. That's deep. My husband is at work right now. This is literally take my wife to work day, which doesn't exist. I'm at work right now. You understand what I'm saying?
They can't do that.
So the question it would be to a lot of you women, why don't you have this, not a husband as a YouTuber, but why don't you have a husband or a man or whatever guy you have that wants to be around you like this? Like, why don't you want to be around him in this way?
Mm-hmm.
Why are y'all not a cohesive family unit? Because that was always the conspiracy. Let's stop these families from growing so we can tax her and him. I'm the problem. The guy is the problem. The heterosexual man is the problem according to what they got going on, smart cities and all that stuff. She's very manipulatable. If we can manipulate her mind, she will in turn manipulate her kid's mind. Now we got the kids. They've said we're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children. That's a whole chant that they said, had a parade and did not care. And what you gonna do about it?
That was not
what you gonna do to stop it? So I'm almost gone. My wife is the next to go. Our kids are like 19 and 13, so they can't.
Bernard Washington said, "What's the matter with a well-fit woman who wants an overweight girl when you yourself are physically fit?" That's true. That's very true. At the same time,
you know what? That's true in like all religions.
Hold on a second. You're supposed to try to stay fit anyways, but we've normalized being overweight. We've normalized being fat. We've normalized, oh, you're body shaming if you say that there's anything the matter with somebody being overweight. Now, earlier when I was saying these girls can't even gain 5 pounds. What I'm saying is, as a woman, you're gonna gain weight over time, especially if you have children. That just comes with the territory.
But this society says you're not allowed.
You're not allowed to gain 5 pounds. That's what I'm saying. A 5-pound difference is not that big of a difference from whatever your normal weight class is.
Let me say this also, right? This is kind of like a deep thought. Where's the overweight dolls? Have you seen an overweight Barbie doll? But Barbie dolls are in every store that you can think of, and they're marketing that to your kid. All of those dolls are thin, and they're beautiful. And they're marketing that to your kid. So they're kind of helping to shape the way your daughter thinks from a very young age. I'm not doing that. Religion didn't do that. So why are you not mad at them?
But that's not the same thing as like just straight up being sloppy fat. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying these girls out here are afraid to gain 5 whole pounds after you had a kid. So they're stressing themselves out, going and getting Ozempic and all this nonsense.
Who's the biggest gaslighter of women? Men or women? Who's the biggest gaslighter of women?
X Foundation said, "What's up, Adonis? Salute. Hi.
What's good, bro?" In your opinion,
are you going to answer the question, or am I answering the question?
No, in your opinion, who's the biggest gaslighter of women? Men or women?
100% women.
So women gaslight other women more than men do?
Absolutely. Yes.
So I would say it's women who are shaming you for gaining weight more than men are. Would you agree with that? Or is it just about as much?
No, I don't think men shame women for gaining weight. They just won't date you. That's all. He's not going to shame you. He's not going to call you fat. He's not going to say something's wrong with you because you overweight. He's not going to tell you to your face something's wrong with you. You understand what I'm saying?
No, men are
He just will avoid you. He just won't date you. He'll be nice to you, treat you like his fat little sister, but he's not about to take you serious in a dating relationship if he can go find somebody who's thinner than you. That's why fat girls don't get attention from men, and they take it out on skinny girls and start complaining that someone's fat shaming them.
Let me also go to this. That's why Lizzo got out of that.
That's why she's skinny now. That's what I'm saying.
And
that's the thing. Y'all don't have to tell us. Your behavior tells us enough. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Whereas other women, no, we'll just come out and call each other fat. We'll just say, ew, whatever. I ain't listening to her because she's fat. Ew, whatever. She thinks she all that, but look at how fat she is.
Women
we'll just say that to each other. We'll just say, you're going to wear that outside? Don't you think it's showing like too much of your curves? We'll say stuff like that to each other. We don't care. We don't care about each other's feelings like we on TV be acting like girls' lives matter. Shut up. No, you don't feel like that. What is you talking about? The first thing you gonna say about your girlfriend when you realize she betrayed you in some ways, whatever, she a fat biatch, you gonna call her fat. Stop lying.
Now, here's the thing. This would be kind of weird if I was saying this about women, because like then it seems like, you know, whatever ist words you want to throw on me, you could. But what word are we going to put onto a woman? What word are you putting up? Because I'm saying, are people trying to say that you as a woman, you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to being around girls and women's, the hierarchy?
I don't know, but I just don't care. Like, I don't give a damn what people say, because you're not living my life and my experiences.
Look at this person said they will call you fat at 130 pounds.
Oh, they will. That's why I just said you can't even gain 5 pounds.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
And this is the thing too, when you said about gaslighting. At the same time, us women, if we want something out of another woman, like we want her to be our friend, we want her to do us favors, we want to be part of her clique, we'll just lie to her and say, oh, no, that looks good on you, girl. You just curvy, that's all. Don't let them haters stop you from wearing what you want to wear. No, let your whole belly hang out. Everybody should see that belly ring. But then we'll go behind her back and tell our sisters, can you believe she came out the house like that? Her eyes don't work when she look in the mirror. She thinks somebody wants to look at that. Ew. That's how we are. So yes, of course we're going to gaslight other women.
Wait. Well, would you say that's a part of this lifestyle that this person in the comments was asking? The fact that you're not being gaslit when you're around like this.
So yeah, so that's the thing. The girlfriends who I was talking about who are on a waiting list, right? First and foremost, every single one of them thinks I'm their BFF. I never claim none of these girls as my best friend, but they always put this label on me, and I'm like, what, when? Since when, right?
Okay.
But the reason they do that is because when they're around me, yes, I am very like brutally honest with them, but when they actually sit back and like factor in what I'm saying and apply it to their lives, they realize I'm right. You don't like that I'm telling you you're gonna be alone forever if you don't snap out of it and stop having all these crazy standards for what you want in a man, but you 40 years old with 2 kids by 2 different baby daddies. This is delusional. You understand what I'm saying? When I'm saying this to them, they don't like it in the moment. It hurts their feelings. They get upset. They don't want to hear that. But then the evidence of what I'm saying, well, let's see. Let's backtrack on your life of dating. Let's see how you ended up here. Let's just figure this out. This happened, that happened, that happened, this happened. Who forced you to make all those decisions?
Wait, let's stop you there. Your wife is very smart and pretty. To my guys, that's the thing that made me say, nah, I gotta marry this woman.
Card Imperial Comics said, Adonis and my sister, heart. Hey, hi.
Wait, because I was like, when am I going to run? That's literally what I said to her when I proposed to her. I said, I've never met a man, woman, or child like you in my life. It's already been 30 years that I've been out here, and I haven't met nobody like you. I don't know when or if I will.
This is the trouble of...
We should just get married. I said that to her.
Yeah, he did. I thought he was crazy.
Yeah. She says that she didn't say no.
I just think you're a little bit crazy, but
she
says
that she didn't say no when I said that, but I remember her not saying yes to us guys.
But that don't mean I said no.
But to us guys, don't that mean no? If she don't say
that's why y'all guys can't understand women. I didn't say no, so don't interpret what I said as no.
You didn't say no, but you also didn't say yes. It's just logic.
That's because it's just not yes yet, not yes right now.
And us guys don't understand that it's yes but not yet. That goes back to
saying waiting the girl out, because eventually, when did we actually get married? Since the time when you proposed to me.
We didn't get married. It was like a year later.
Like a year later, yeah. So is a year too long to wait?
But she wouldn't leave me be though. It ain't like she was just like, okay, go and I'll see you next week. She's around me every day.
Yo, you know what's crazy about when we did get married though? We didn't get married because we're like, okay, finally it's time. Let's just do this thing. We've been together long enough. That's not what happened. We were literally getting attacked every single night without no night skipped. Every night.
Night terrors.
You know how like people who have a religious belief will call these demon attacks, right? But people who don't have a religious belief will say it's sleep paralysis. Meanwhile, before me and him got together, we weren't having these sleep paralysis issues.
I had a sleep paralysis issue one time in my life.
And I would get attacked fairly often, but not every day. Like, it would happen to me enough that I would notice that this is something that happens to me when I go to sleep, right?
Right.
So, after me and him got together, though, and we moved in together, we weren't married yet, we moved in together, every single day, it would be so bad that, because for me, I couldn't breathe. Like, I would be like trying to take in a breath and being unable to do that. So I would have to hold his hand while we were sleeping and try to like squeeze his hand so that he would know to shake me awake, because otherwise I couldn't make any sounds. In my head, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, but out loud, I'm not making any sounds.
Real Freddy Krueger type stuff. Freddy Krueger himself might not be a real person, but that's a real scenario.
Scared the bejesus out of us, okay? So at some juncture, a year in, we're going through this every single day, freaking out. It would be the both of us trying to like shake the other one awake to make sure.
Shout out to Optimize A-hole.
Are you sure that's what their name says? Oh my gosh, it says opinionated a-hole. See, he can't read, y'all. He can't read. That's
lucid dreamers. That lucid dreaming stuff. That's
kind of like that, but it's
real.
Not exactly like that, because lucid dreaming is
you're controlling
your dream,
right.
But this, you're not controlling anything. So that would happen to us, and we would freak out so bad. At the time, I was a praise and worship team leader at a church, and so I was going to my church leaders asking them, like, what the hell is going on, right? And they were like, oh, you're being demon attacked. But they would just say it so matter of fact, like, yeah, whatever, nah. And then they wouldn't give me a solution.
So what I did was, one of my friends is an actual, he's an imam, but he's my boy. He's like, he's...
An imam is a religious leader for the Muslim faith.
But he's my guy, though. His religion is, outside of that, he's a mad cool dude. So I was like, yo, son, listen, I'm having these problems and this and that.
Hold on. I just want to interject. Alicia Libby. No, relax. Okay, I know you love judging people because people get so much just self-satisfaction judging other people. We weren't in the poly lifestyle when we first started dating. We actually didn't become poly until 5 years into our marriage. Relax. So anyways, debunked. Let's keep going.
So I was like, yo, son, I'm having these problems, having this and this and that, and this is whenever I go to sleep. So he's kicking it to me. He's like, so how long you known this? I was like, I know him for a while, this and that. He's like, oh, man, well, are you married to her? I'm like, married? Psh, no. He said, oh, brother, you got to marry her right away,
Why you
man.
said it like that?
That's what. Well, because at that time, I was like a lot of these dudes on the internet. That's like, man, I ain't trying to marry no girl, this and that. I didn't even want no other kids, It's fed to us men. Like, one thing is fed to us men to stay away from women, and then another thing is fed to you women to stay away from us men. And that's just what it is. It ain't I'm making it up. We've been seeing it for the past 50 years on TV and in media. So that's why I said it like that. And he was like, now you gotta marry her right away, man. That's the problem. That's the first thing you gotta do is marry her, then call me back. Then when we were married, it like stopped immediately, like that night.
That night, we never got attacked again. How crazy is that? Like, I can't make this up. Why do you think he's into all these creepy talks now? Because we had so many experiences over our lifetime, individually and with each other, where it was like, how do you explain this?
There's too much paranormal stuff that happened in my life that conventional wisdom was not able to explain. I had to ask older, like, magical black people.
Magical black.
I had to ask them, well, what does this mean? And they would always bring Jesus into the situation. And so it's way too much paranormal stuff that happened in my life. I'm talking about from childhood, from when I was a child to teenage, early adult, late. It's too much stuff that medicine and people like that just couldn't explain. And they just, and to this day, they still can't explain it. And you know how medicine explains it? It's unexplained.
Sometimes these things happen.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the explanation.
That's how they explain it. So, nah, we weren't poly initially. In fact, shout out to the women who don't know this part. I'm not even the one who brought it up. I'm not even the one who said, we should do this. Because...
No, I did. And the reason why I did was double-fold. Okay, first, I had a girlfriend that I knew since high school who, Lord, me and my sister call her one of our groupies, because when me and my sister were in school, the girls that would like gravitate towards us, I don't know why this is. They just had such groupie energy. They'd be copying everything we were doing. And we weren't popular. Like, I don't consider myself a popular person because I'm not a follower. I don't do what everybody else is doing.
You moved to that town. I'm from upstate New York. Shout out to everybody who knows about upstate New York. You moved to that town from Brooklyn, New York.
But I wasn't carrying no Brooklyn energy. You would never know from looking at me, oh, she from Brooklyn. You would never know that. We were just, I guess the word I'm looking for is, we were very confident in just who we were. Like, me and my sister would speak Korean to each other at school because we're trying to have a conversation, but we don't want everyone to hear what we're talking about.
I know about upstate. Anyone from New York City, we either love or hate. There's no in between. You either love the dudes.
And I went to a hood school where
especially in the hood.
Yeah, where you can't be different in the hood. You gotta just fit in with everybody else or else. We didn't care. We would just be ourselves. And they would try to bully us and be like, oh, ching chong, what y'all doing over there talking that ching chong nonsense? But we didn't care. We would just keep continuing our conversation and not letting other people distract us from what we were doing.
Hold that thought. Dude, I was raised in a Christian household. I don't know what people think that means, man.
Don't respond to this person.
I'm just saying. Wait. My great grandfather ran the church, and he had 7 sons. 4 of those 7 sons also had their own churches. They weren't deacons.
They heard me say I was a praise and worship team leader, and you still yapping? Come on.
So hold on. I'm saying to my guy Joe, when he says, "Oh man, I know you still believe in it." What do you mean, bro? Listen, 100%. I was raised into that.
That's why we left the church, because Christians, they did a great job of making sure we don't want to be here. We don't want to be here.
Let me say, I don't not believe in Christianity. I don't not believe in what Christ brought. The
religion itself has nothing to do with why
I don't
want to be around Christians.
Yeah, that doesn't have nothing to do with the people. Because you know who else follows Christianity? What's that guy? Reverend Sapp, who held everybody hostage for 40,000?
Who that? Oh, no. Yeah, no, y'all taking it too far with the nonsense. And this is what I would see behind the scenes when I was a praise and worship team leader. You don't see all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes at a church when you're sitting in the congregation. You just don't see that stuff, because why would you? The scam wouldn't work if they told you everything they was doing.
Now, this
behind the scenes,
what's his name? Pastor Warren?
Disgusting things that I would be seeing. And I'm like, really? And the last church that I was a leader at, the pastor was a woman, and she would be literally taking the tithe money to go get herself a lace front wig. Not just any old wig you can just order off of Amazon. No, she would go to New York City to a specialized wig maker. Hold
on. Now imagine being 8 or 9 years old, and you're already in the conspiracy kind of like wavelength. You're already as an 8-year-old.
Ooh, that's a whole nother conspiracy story.
You're asking these adults, yo, why did you do that when they just told us in Sunday school not to do that? I'm a kid. Now imagine if this guy Warren, this Sapp guy, those were my relatives. They run the church. You're not just some deacon. You're the pastor. You're telling people, you're calling shots.
Yeah, you're a leader.
My family comes from that, dude. So I'm saying that to say, still, you don't choose the mentality that the Almighty gives you. He just gives it to you, like the magic glasses. You can't choose to take off the magic.
Yeah, some people just have the wisdom to understand.
So I would be asking as an 8 or a 9-year-old, yo, why did I don't understand? And as a kid, you're the most honest. So I think some of the stuff I was saying was really getting under these adults' skin, and they would chastise me, smack me, get out of here, boy, whatever it was.
Being very Christian, as usual.
To the point where it didn't make me be quiet, it just made me be like...
Yo, talk to a lot of people who are atheists and who just hate talking about the Bible, hate with a passion talking about God, and you ask them, like, what's going on? You don't know about how Jesus loves you? The first thing they're going to tell you is that they were forced. The religion was forced onto them as children, and the level of abuse, the verbal abuse, the emotional abuse that they had to go through because they were questioning things or wanted answers to things, or because they weren't all enthusiastic about the religion, they're traumatized by it. And then they grow up and abandon God altogether. Like, what? As a Christian, this should concern you. As a body of religion, that should concern you, that your religion is chasing people away that were even born into the religion. Why is this happening? Like, there's a reason for that. That person is not just demon infested. No, you need to check. Why is that going on?
For a while, think that the religion chased me away until people like you on here spoke to me and was like, nah, dude, it's not the religion, it's the people that's practicing the religion, bro. You all good.
I understand. Don't take me the wrong way. I love y'all.
No, I wasn't. No, I know it's not you, bro. I'm just trying to clarify, because there's a lot of people like me who was raised into Christianity.
It's cult,
and they 100% still believe what Christianity is talking about. It's the Christians, the people who actually
interpret the word whatever way they feel like interpreting it, and then they're just taking it out on everybody.
Like, I'm curious, and you actually told me to do a story on that, and I think I'm going to do a video on that. Why nobody is talking about this pastor that held everybody hostage until he got 40,000.
Because that is normalized. Yo, hold on. T-Babe said, my wife put me on. She loves you guys. Shout out to your wife.
Shout out.
And they also said, I don't go to church, but that doesn't mean that I don't love God.
That's what I'm
Amen.
talking about. Talking to you guys, I realized, oh yeah, you're right.
And Tabitha Hart also said that these, these entities, they're like trying to exert control over the people, and that's totally what it is. Speaking of this thing you just said about them locking people into the church. So when I was going to this church where the pastor was a woman, right?
Who would get the $100 weaves, $500 weaves.
$500 weaves. Not only would she spend money on these weaves, she would make an excursion of it, and the whole thing would be a write-off for church expenses. She would take all her deaconesses, because they were all women. Only women running her church, okay?
I thought the Bible said women couldn't preach.
It does. But we interpret the Bible, so we just make it what we want to make it. Oh, they didn't really mean that. They really meant this. So whatever. And she had a husband, y'all. But her husband would just let her walk all over him, right? So they would go on these excursions to New York City. Her and her entire troop of women that are running the church go and getting their hair did.
Now, how do you know this?
Because they would... Okay, hold on a second. Let me calm down. The audacity. Y'all, this pastor...
But how did you know this?
She had a bunch of sisters and brothers, right? One of her younger sisters was my best friend, according to the girl, not me. She was my friend. She introduced me to that church. She knew I could play piano and sing, so she was like, we don't have a praise and worship team. She didn't tell me why they didn't have one. They didn't have one because they don't want to pay nobody to come and do the music at the church, so everybody with talent would just leave off. So... Oh,
they weren't paying.
Hell to the no, but you got all this time money.
Is that why my whole family played the instruments at the church? So he wouldn't have to pay us?
So weird. Anyway, so she didn't tell me that part. But she's like, oh, you could come in here and play for us. So I'm like, I don't play church music. Like, that's not what I do. I don't know how to play that kind of stuff.
Right.
But she's like, no, it's okay. It's fine. Just come on in here. I'm going to introduce you to my sister. So one day I go over there. Whatever, I'm like tinkering around. They're like, oh, amazing, this is great. Yeah, you're gonna be the lead praise and worship team. I'm like, what? Whatever. Anyway, so she's taking her. So I know this because I had the inside scoop.
No doubt.
Everybody goes down to get their hair did. Even my friend, she's not even part of the clergy of the church. Why are you going and getting your hair done? You just her sister. Like, everybody's going and get their hair did.
Not with church money, you're saying?
With church ass money, yes. And then on top of that, the nerve of this woman, she did one of these. Oh, after this service today, I want all of our core members to stay behind. We have a little announcement to make. We're gonna have a little... So the visitors leave, the rest of us stay. We're sitting in the pews. Don't you know this lady? I kid you not. I am not making this up, all right? She, for real, told the whole church to write down. She's got her ushers passing around paper and pencil. Write down on a piece of paper how much of your income that you are going to pledge to the church for the pastor's personal wage. This pastor, she was what I think you call like a home health aide or something like that. Some kind of CNA type of job. She was doing that part-time while also preaching. Her dream was to be a preacher, right? So she done finally established, the church was new at the time, finally establishes this church. Here she go telling the whole entire congregation to pledge a specific dollar amount. And that she's going to be collecting every month from these people how much they're going to be giving to the church for her personal wage. This is why, according to her, because it's our job to sustain her family financially if we want her to still be our pastor. Honey, do you know that there's other churches in town? You're not the only one. Like, is you crazy? Okay. But that's not the worst part. The worst part, I'm sitting here looking at her going, I'm the praise and worship team leader, y'all. They got me over here playing the music, hypnotizing everybody into giving more money out. So I'm sitting here like, let's see where this goes. This lady gonna tell people, because some people say, excuse me, hold on, I'm a single mom with 4 kids. I don't really have the kind of income to be pledging anything. Like, I could barely make it work with the food stamps. This lady said, how much of your food stamps can you give up?
Say word.
Huh? What?
Wow.
I could not wrap my mind around what. Am I daydreaming? Is this a Twilight Zone? What is happening right now? I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you have the audacity to tell a woman who's got children and no man helping her that she should give up her food stamps? I'm like, lady, are you crazy? How are these kids going to eat? Food stamps does not cover all of your food bill for the month.
Okay, calm down, champ.
Bro, I'm very calm right now. I'm very calm. This really happened. And I'm just sitting here like blood is just boiling as I'm listening to this. And I'm like, oh my God, is she crazy? Like, I could not believe my ears.
Champ, hold on. I don't want her to get too riled up.
After that, I left. I never went back to that church again. I couldn't believe it. And I'm sitting here like, these people are really in here. It's really like a cult. Like, who was that said? What was her name? Who was that lady?
Tabitha. Oh, Tabitha. Shout out for appreciate the
yes,
donation.
Tabitha. Thank you. Yes, talk about a cult.
She said it was a cult, yeah.
They were sitting there listening to this, and at the end of the meeting, I'm thinking people are gonna be irate. People are gonna be like, "Can y'all believe this crazy woman?" No.
I don't think every church is a cult. I don't think this
type of stuff. She was so charming. She was so charismatic that people were scared to refuse her of anything. And I just told you she done spent $500 on a lace front wig. Don't you know her outfits? What? This lady was fresh. Okay, y'all talking about TikTok baddies and all that? No, this was what year was this?
That was 2009.
That's when we met.
We met in 2008,
and I had already been going to that church.
So you wasn't going in like 2007?
Year or two, maybe. Yeah. So around that time, there is not. We don't have a selfie culture. This lady was just pressed to death. Like the way she would dress, so on point. She looked like $1,000,000 everywhere she went. You understand what I'm saying? She started preaching about her vision for it becoming a mega church. We're gonna own a bus. We're gonna own a building.
That's true. Let's go back to this because this is the guy who actually left that comment that was like, oh, that's because Adonis is God. No. Okay. All right. Let me set it up. She was going through this in this church before she met me.
I didn't even know him.
Like I said, the woman is more manipulatable. Men can be manipulated too, but if a man can't be manipulated, they'll just get rid of him altogether.
I grew up in church. I've been going to church since I was a teenager.
The powers that be, they know that the woman is more manipulatable. They've known this for centuries. That being said, that's why they had to get the man out of the house. Because how do we get the kids if the man is still there? Because he's going to protect everybody. So we got to get the man out of the house. And they instituted that in 1930.
Ooh, speaking of that, when I would come home from my church meetings, right? Mm-hmm. Me and him were just newly dating at the time. So I'm like venting to him, as you do to your man. Can you believe they said this at church and that at church and they want me to do this and they want me to do that? And blah, 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 I'm just like complaining to him. Mm-hmm. At the time.
You had already been there for like a year or two.
Yeah.
By the time we met.
Right. And Adonis would say to me, now I didn't know he had a church background. I didn't know he came from pastors. I didn't know what his experience was.
Who tells a woman that they just dealing with all of that stuff?
I didn't know any of that
stuff. You ain't been dealing with a lot.
I wasn't asking him none of that stuff, okay? I'm just like, don't interfere with what I'm doing, you know? So
because so many men had before she ran into me.
But he saw the red flags like this. As the first time I started complaining, he would say to me, "You're gonna end up having to leave this church." And I'd be like, "No, I'm not. I love me, Jesus. What are you talking about?" And he'd be like, "Because this is abusive. The things that they're doing, they don't appreciate you. They're not paying you to do the music. They keep calling you in here all hours of the day and night to do whatever it is they want you to do over there." And at the time, because I had my son with me, my son was like 3 years old at the time. He was
You had the sneaker store?
Was I working there at the time?
And all the stuff that they wanted you to do?
Oh, that's right. I was managing a whole entire sneaker store too. Wow, I totally forgot about that. So I'm like busy. I'm busy doing all of this stuff. They got me dragging my 3-year-old son to these weird ass.
You were at the insurance company?
Meetings, revivals, lock-ins. We're going to talk about the lock-ins. And I'm doing the music, so like I have to be there. But do you think this pastor had a schedule? No, she's not timing how long the meeting is running. She's going on and on. 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours.
I just have to stop you there because this is the lifestyle of the single independent woman. Look at all these people will run you ragged, pull you over here, and you still got to go pick up your son, and you still got to make dinner, and you still got to clean up your house.
When?
And you still got to shop for your kid.
At what hour of the day?
And you still got to spend quality time with your kid and all of this stuff.
How?
So when people say, what is this lifestyle that these women are trying to come be a part of? They're trying to get away
from that
lifestyle.
The chaos, people pulling you this way, that way. Oh, we have a PTA meeting. Oh, your daughter's got to be at soccer practice. Oh, your mom called. She needs you to come to her house and help you with these chores and errands. Oh, it's like, I'm only one person. Leave me alone. I can't think. You know what I'm saying?
And these women are pretending like, I'd rather do that than be with you're telling a lie.
Total lie.
You're lying.
Total lie. When they see me now, see I'm getting all worked up talking. I'm like having flashbacks from the PTSD of that life. Now, I'm not like this at all. I'm very calm. My life is serene. We chilling. Yo, I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I'm in the middle of rooting a Barbie doll's head, her bald ass head with some hair. Like,
you know what rooting is? She's actually putting like needling hair.
Yeah, my doll is bald and I'm giving her hair. Like, who? What? Like that's.
When do you have time for hobbies? And this is not something that I'm trying to sell to these girls. I'm saying that's why there's this waiting list, because my wife goes to work.
I'm a YouTuber too. I make cameos here on his channel, but that's just because I'm his assistant. So I'm going to do whatever he needs me to do.
When I say my wife goes to work, it's because she just feels like getting out of the house. She'll go to work. She'll get a job. She'll just go to work.
Yeah, I go to work because I want to socialize. And when my friends from work realize you don't need this paycheck, like, you're not here busting your butt.
That's when the women start asking questions.
They're like, how is this possible?
And for the other women that's in the audience, you know how women operate. This is stuff that us men don't know. We don't realize this until you tell us, women, if you decide to tell us. But you already know this. You want to socialize. You want to gossip. You want to hang out with your friends. You need that emotional attachment with other girls. Wait. That being said, my wife has that too. So she'll go to work. These girls will all get to know her, all this type of stuff. And then when they all get into their spin the bottle situation, where let's spin the dial, and when the dial stops on you, you complain about your life. Okay, great. Then they'll spin the dial again, and then when the dial stops on you, now you complain about your life. When they spin the dial and the dial gets to my wife, her complaints. Well, what's one of the complaints that you said?
Oh God,
that I was laughing at?
It's a little embarrassing because it doesn't sound like a complaint. It always sounds like I'm bragging, but no, for real, I am actually bothered by it.
What was your complaint? That they looked at you and was like, "What? Are you trolling us? What are you talking about?"
Like, okay, once upon a time, Adonis would he would go outdoor dashing, right? But we like to kick it like this and talk. So at the time, I was working part-time somewhere. And then when he would come pick me up from work, he'd be like, yo, I'm about to go dash, so come with me right quick. So I'd be like, okay.
Or I would be on a dash. I'm dashing.
Yeah, he's in the middle of a delivery, and he'd come pick me up. So I'm like, okay, let's go. But then the come with me right quick would turn into a couple of hours because he would just be getting calls back, right?
Because I'm working with two phones.
But I'm tired because I just came home from work. You know what I'm saying? So I would be wanting to go home, but at the same time, we're having a great conversation. I don't want the conversation to end. So what would end up happening is we'd have to compromise. I'd tell him, listen, after this, I need you to drop me off at the house. I got to go take my medicine. I got to cook. I got to eat something. But then call me while you're on your dash so we can still finish the conversation.
I've already made $150 off of both of these phones myself. Now with her in the car, not on some good luck charm stuff. It's that time. It's the dinner rush. She gets off at 4. Dinner rush is at 5. Now I've made another $150 while she's in the car. So she wanting to go home. I'm like, because I don't want to stop getting the money, but I do got to take her home.
I'm not going to tell him, you need to come in the house. You done worked enough. That's enough money. We don't need no more money. I guess I could, but why? Why am I nagging you?
So then she can tell I got an attitude because I got to drive her home from stopping and making this money, even though it's 10, 20 minute drive.
So this is my complaint to my girlfriends is my husband want to spend all this time with me while he's at work. Won't he just leave me alone so I can go home and eat? That's my complaint. And these girls are like,
yeah, because she's like, because I got diabetes. I gotta go and get some food. You know I got diabetes? I'm about to pass out in the car. And then your girls would be like, wait, what?
They're
what are you talking
that's your
about?
complaint? Shut up.
So then that would start the conversation for the next date. What do you mean, he wants you driving around with him all the time? Explain that to me, girlfriend.
So hilarious.
What you mean by that? Explain that. And then she would be like, explain.
What do you mean?
When your girls would be like, so he wants you all the time with him. What was that thing you was talking about the other day? when we was playing Spin the Bottle, complaining about our men. What was you talking about, Gypsy?
Yeah, they asked me to explain.
Go into depth a little bit,
They
my
asked me
friend.
to explain because this is all women do when we get together. We just be talking about men. We talk about our sex lives. We talk about our relationships or lack thereof. We talk about how annoying my boyfriend is, how stupid my man is, how he always messing up. He
All
don't do
this
this right.
is
He don't
stuff
do
that
that right.
us as guys
Just
we don't even.
complaining.
Shout out to my guy from Scotland. My guy that said, if this is the same one, I think Mick something is the guy's name. McLennan? I'm not sure.
That's so stereotypical.
No, his name is that. His name is that. Those are Irish. Those are not Scots. I think the Scots don't like when you mix them up with Irish. That's two totally different things. But this guy's name was Scott Mix something, I believe.
All right, a couple of good comments.
If that's him, shout out to him, my guy from Scotland.
I want to make sure you see some of the good comments. Hang on one second. Cosmic Angel said, the problem is the people the Bible shows is that we need to be like Jesus. We're supposed to be the reflection of Jesus since the beginning. Absolutely true, but they don't be doing all of that.
Wait, is Cosmic Angel a girl?
How am I supposed to know?
Well, what does their picture look like?
It's just a symbol. If everybody was like Jesus, we'd be great. Absolutely true, but again, they don't be doing all of that. Let's see.
Robert Doolin. That's why when I think I'd known her for like maybe 2 months. That's why I said, yo, we got to get married.
He said maybe, like it could have been long. No, it was 2 months.
Was it 2 months?
And I was like,
I know
sir?
it wasn't longer than that. It wasn't longer than 2 months.
I said, what if I'm crazy? What you mean you want to be
And you know
married?
what I said to her? I said, yo, listen, we will just have to work it out. You know, my
you just out here proposing to potentially crazy women?
No, I said, what did people do back in the days? They just worked it out. Like my great grandparents, they was together until, you know, they died. They've been together like 50 years.
So I didn't say yes, but the reason I also didn't say no was because when I said to you, you know, you don't even know me like that. You said, whatever problems we have, we will work them out. I promise you I will work them out with you. That's what you said to me. And nobody ever said nothing like that to me. First acknowledging that we're going to have problems. Because people have this delusion about relationships where you're never going to have a problem.
Right.
The other person is going to just be perfect and make you happy and just serve all your needs.
Mm-hmm.
That's not real life. And I was already traumatized from my past relationships. So I was shocked when you even acknowledged we probably will have problems, but I'm going to work them out with you. That right there, I mean, that really like made me be like, okay, I ain't gonna say no, but I ain't about to say yes either. Like, let's just see where this goes.
So for the guy who said y'all are perfect for each other, y'all finish each other's sentences. One thing, the first thing about Gypsy, she made me feel like I was special.
By doing what?
Like, I'm special to me, but she made me feel like I was special to her.
I was like, hi, Adonis, and he was like, I feel so special.
No, it wasn't that. It was, guys, you know, girl, I'm talking to the guys now. Women don't make us feel special, but let me explain to you why, because they don't know how to. Women are not making their kids feel special.
Okay, so then how did I make you feel special? I don't know how to neither. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. You don't know how to. You will just do it. See there? And we know how that feeling feels. See, women don't get this. Us as guys, we know how that feeling feels.
He said that like I was supposed to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I did. What?
No, I wasn't saying it like you were going to say anything. I'm talking to the guys. That's why the guys haven't said nothing. They 100% understand what I'm saying. See, women understand women. Women don't understand men. They understand the kinds of guys to a degree that they will let sleep with them. But I'm not like whatever guy you in the audience are allowing, you're letting sleep with you, women, whatever guy I'm not like him. We're men and we like the same things to a degree, but I ain't like him. So you can't come into a relationship with me and make me the same type of sandwich that you would make for him. You got to make the sandwich for me the way and here's the thing. I didn't have to tell her that. So that kind of made me feel special. Wait, you going out of your way to ask me what do you
want on your sandwich?
How do I want? What is this, a deli? I'm joking like that. What is a deli? What do you mean? How do I want it?
Bro, I didn't know that there was even the option of just throw him whatever and be like, okay, eat it. I didn't know that was even a thing.
You see what I'm saying? So us as guys, we know a girl will just make us feel special. It's not her looks. It's not her smell. It's not her, none of that stuff. It's just something she will do, and you'll be like, oh, wait a minute. This is something else. This is something else right here. And I'm trying to articulate, shout out to my guy that said good analogy. I'm trying to explain it as best as I can, but she made me feel special, and she wasn't trying to make me feel special. You know why she made me feel special? Because what I didn't know at that time was I was special to her. You're a unique, I never met a person like you. And because I never met a person like you, I'm going to act in a way that I've never acted before with you. And the girl ain't going to, I don't normally do that. Yes, she do. She always do it. When she tell you that. She'll just do not only something, but like a series of things. And those things will continue. She'll keep doing them. Why? Because that's just how she was raised. That's just the ideology.
I like what you just said. Okay, I like what you just said because. Tell me if this makes sense. Okay, I don't know. I've never heard anyone put it like this, but this has been the case for me. I'm a very affectionate person. I have a need to be affectionate with somebody. And I think that's because I was raised that way. My mom and dad were extremely affectionate with me and my sister. And that was just our norm, right? So in my mind, my ideal relationship is one where I can be very affectionate and nurturing and sweet and kind to the person who I'm dealing with, because giving them that kind of attention makes me feel good. So I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for you to impress you, to make you feel so good. It just makes me feel nice to like put together a beautiful meal. It's all pretty on the plate. It's all these flavors. It ain't like nothing you ever had before. And then be like, here, I made this for you. And then watch you enjoying the meal gives me pleasure, right?
Wait, as us guys, one guy said is something, it doesn't take a lot for a man
to be satisfied,
to feel like he's special, or it doesn't take a lot for a woman to make a man feel like he's special. What I'm saying is, how many women have broke that down to you like that to say, I like to do that.
But that's not the end of it. That's not the end of it.
Okay.
This is the part that I said, I ain't never heard nobody put it like this. I didn't do nothing different with my exes. I did the same thing. I cooked meals from scratch. I'm just using this meal thing as an example because it's easy for everyone to relate, but it's other things too. I would cook my meals from scratch, and I like to make like exotic meals. I don't want to just make burgers and fries every day. Like I want to make like, like Thai curry chicken or some like Native American dish or an African dish. You know what I'm saying? Like I want flavor, so I'm gonna make something that's like something you would have to go to a restaurant to buy.
I was just thinking that it'd be like restaurant style.
Yeah, like some Jamaican oxtails. Like, ooh, let me get some of that. So I'm making stuff like that I'm putting sweat and work and like time into creating the meals.
Right.
And I would present these foods to, say, my baby daddy, for example. He was so picky about food, textures of food, the look of the food. I can't eat spicy. So he wouldn't even be able to enjoy the meals that I would make for him. He would just go off and buy McDonald's and pizza every day. And like he was fine just eating noodles. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you're like taking the joy away from me because you won't eat the meals. I can't force you to eat them. And then like with my ex-husband, the one before you, this nigga was so picky. He would not eat vegetables. What kind of grown-ass man don't eat vegetables? Oh my God. And because he made good money, he felt entitled to only eat no vegetables. So if we would like go out someplace, order Chinese food, he would pay extra for them to make sure to pick out all the peas and carrot, no vegetables in his food. And I'm like, you're eating Chinese food. Like, vegetables is half the dish. What are you talking about right now?
So when you say you never had to make, you made the same food for
So then when I would cook for him, I thought, well, maybe he eats some vegetables, but just he doesn't like to eat too much. So I would like reduce the amount of veggies I put on his plate. Oh no, everything got to be picked out. And I'm just sitting here like, just ill.
Well,
like,
what does that have to do with me though?
You weren't like that. Remember when I took you to the Korean restaurant, the first like few dates that we had?
Yep.
And I told you, I'm not going to tell you what the food is. Just know it's not stuff that you don't, that you can't eat.
Right.
It's not like things you're allergic to.
Right,
But
right.
other than that, don't ask me what it is until after you take a bite and decide if you like it or not.
Right.
So he would take a bite first and then say, oh, this is really good. What is this? It's octopus. Oh, okay. And then he'd eat the whole thing. Take another, what is this? This is delicious. Yeah, that's stingray. What? and then he would finish the dish. Everything that he would eat, he would just try the food first and decide, okay, this is good, but it's a little too spicy for me. All right, so that's too spicy. We're gonna put that away. So like, I liked that you were adventurous and that you would just try it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Again, by the time I got to the point in our relationship 5 years in where I'm like, what if we tried adding another girl in? That's why I felt like confident enough to even bring it up to you, because you had already shown me that you're willing to give things a try before you decide whether you want to do it or not, or whether it is or isn't good for you, instead of just judging the situation.
Shout out to BC. This guy's in Canada, British Columbia.
What'd
Shout
he
out
say?
to that. He said he's there.
Who? Wait, who's the person?
And Damaris too. I love watching you guys. You are
Damaris,
we appreciate that.
Hello, everyone. Have a blessed evening. Thank you for that.
But you just said that you made food. You like to make food.
I love to make
these
special
guys,
food,
when
not
you
just
made
anything.
not just special food,
Yeah.
restaurant style stuff. But when you made the stuff for those other dudes,
They didn't appreciate
it was
it.
like,
They
but
didn't
when you was
appreciate
making
it.
stuff for me, but it
Absolutely
wasn't just
appreciated
that.
it.
It was a bunch of things that you did that made me feel. You made me feel.
And I'm saying I did those bunches of things because this is how I want to treat my guy. You understand what I'm saying? The man who's the person that's taking up all the time and space in my life, I want you to have a certain kind of experience. So when you're an old man on your deathbed and you're looking back on your life and I'm holding your hand before you take your last breath, I want that to be flashing through your mind. Like, man, I had such an amazing marriage. I had such an amazing life with this woman. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, how many times in this modern society do we even deal with women who even view things like that? So, you know, us as men, like none of us was virgins before we met our wives. Some of us maybe we were, but we've dealt with other women before. And just like these women, you've dealt with other men before. Two things for the guys who would say, oh, she was a single mother, and why would you marry this woman? Like I said, I never ran into a woman with this type of intellect. I never ran into a woman.
But I wasn't even really a single mom. Y'all, I was married when Adonis met me. And my first husband, like I said, he was really difficult to please. Like, he was a control freak. He just made a lot of money. and like I say, money is not everything. Money cannot help me emotionally. Money cannot help me psychologically.
Wait. No. AJ, yeah, you're a lucky dude. I would always say this to girls. I say, no. She's lucky. And the girls would always catch an attitude. What you mean she lucky?
Hi, Patrick.
What do you mean she lucky? Peace, Pat. He's another good one that leaves a lot of comments. Another good subscriber. They'll be like, what you mean she's lucky? Well, because I was already on my way to doing what I was doing. She was the one who was lost.
No, my life was chaos.
Like the rest of these 7 girls that's going to take hold of you one day. 7 women are going to take hold of you too, because the Bible said it. As long as you're a man, 7 women are going to take hold of you.
And the Bible didn't say
day.
what kind of man this guy is. He's not rich. He's not handsome. He's not fly. He's not smart. It don't say what type of man the man is. It just says a man.
Nor does it say what types of women these 7 women are. It might be a woman who be unaliving her kids. It might be a woman who already got kids. It might be a woman who's older, who's nice, who's mean. Who knows?
But we do know it's a woman that ain't got no man, because she wouldn't be trying to grab hold onto you if she did. Like Brian said,
fingers crossed that she's a good girl. But this is why I be talking about it, because your wife is going to be the one who kind of decides
says he's on his way home.
Okay, which is the girl that y'all even let into your household. If you're like us and you and your wife have already built up something substantial and stable, you gotta really pay attention to all.
That's the thing right there, because these girlfriends that I said are on hold, right? That's the reality. Their lives are such chaos. Now, my life was chaotic back when he met me at 23 years old. I'm almost 40 now. These girlfriends I'm hanging, they're not in their 20s. They're already in their 30s and some in their 40s.
And their lives still
are
chaotic?
Chaos.
Still?
Yes. And when I look at them, they are like a reflection to me of where my life would have went if I didn't smarten up when he came along and didn't say no when he proposed to me and just, let's see where this goes, and been brave. If I hadn't done that, I would probably end up like my girlfriends, complaining with kids, no man, and whining all the time, tired, just, I can't keep my house looking straight, I can't keep my life looking straight because I'm just worn out.
Now here's the thing I think a lot of people don't understand is that, like I was saying, my wife is at work. She's not talking about our life or no nothing like that. But when women get together, they just talk about their lives with one another. It's kind of a bonding thing that women do. It's just women culture. And us men,
also,
we didn't know
sometimes
that.
what happens is they'll meet you, right? Sometimes I don't talk about him at all. And they'll meet him because here's another thing. My girlfriends will be like, oh, we should have a get together for this special occasion. I don't celebrate holidays, but just to socialize, I'll be like, yeah, let's do that.
Or we're having some type of work retreat, and you can bring your person with you.
Yeah, so then they'll like make plans for something they want to do, and then a lot of times because their lives are chaotic, they don't always have the space in their homes to host or the money to buy all the food so everybody can eat. So I'll just volunteer myself and say, okay, y'all can come to my house. I'll cook, right? So everybody ends up coming to the house, and then of course he lived with me, so he's there. So and then accidentally Adonis just ends up entertaining everyone because I'm not really a social person. When I'm doing this on camera, this for me is a performance, so it's different. I'm not really socializing. I don't look at it that way. It's more like I'm performing on a stage. So I can do that, but like socializing with humans in real time, in real life around me, no, because I always say the wrong thing. Like I always feel like I'm being too, what do you call it? Blunt. I'm being too blunt. And especially females, they cannot handle the things that come out of my mouth.
With women. You can't be.
Yeah, you gotta be very dainty and delicate about how you talk.
Even your own woman, which is why if she gains 5 pounds, you can't just tell her, "Oh, you look fat." And us men, we realize that after we've been with little experience.
Yo,
we realize
Andy
that.
Y says I'm South Korean and Canadian. Really? That's dope. I don't think I ever ran into anybody who's Korean and Canadian. That's kind of cool. So yeah.
We ran into Canadian Koreans though.
You did?
Yeah, remember the couple that owned the store when we was in
Oh, they were from Canada. That's right.
Yeah.
But do you mean Canadian and Korean like half and half, or like you're full Korean but you're from Canada? Is that what you mean?
You're in Canada currently.
Mm-hmm. My wife turned into a witch and has the woke mind virus. Yo, it's an epidemic out here. Like, that's what I mean. Women are followers. If it sounds pretty and nice and sweet to me and makes me feel good, then I'll just go along with it. Even if it's complete mayhem nonsense, it's not going to help me in life. But I'll just go along with it. That's how they got us with the independent woman talk. You don't need a man. You're just as strong as him. You're just as smart. Yeah, you can protect yourself.
Can I tell Damaris, I love you too. That and let's go. We're trying to stay into this thing.
Oh, that actually, her comment
this
right here. He's super funny.
Her girlfriends
That's what happens. Right, my girlfriends would come over, and Adonis would basically be the entertainment. He would be talking and talking and talking.
But I'm not trying to entertain them.
I know, you're just being yourself.
They're boring. I had to tell my wife this early on because we weren't in no poly relationship. It was like 5 years in. Very early on, like the first year, 2, 3, the first 3 years, she would be yelling and screaming at me, "Why are you over here making these girls laugh? Why are you entertaining them? Why are they all laughing and touching you?" I'm like, "Yo, man, I didn't want to come to this party."
I used to be mad jealous.
It wasn't until I explained to her, "Listen,
that seems so silly to me now.
Your girlfriends are boring, man. And they don't have nothing to talk about."
And I would get so offended. I'd be like, "What do you mean they're boring?"
So I'll start talking about something. They'll laugh. And because laughter is contagious, I'm laughing at them laughing. So it looks like we're having a good time, but they suck. They're just pretty. And this is what happens when her girls from work would come over to the house because they live in some small place and they can't accommodate 10 or 15 of their girl co-workers to have some dinner. So they can come over here and do it. And then they'll see our kids walking. And sometimes these girls will just meet our son and they'll be like, "How did you get him?"
And he said, "Seriously, I need help."
You need help with what, Andy?
From his wife who's turned into a woke witch.
Well, I mean...
Y'all so funny. Oh my gosh.
That stuff you're going to have to kind of become a member for. We can talk about that stuff
funny.
over there, I think, possibly. There is a way out of that, but it's not as difficult and as simple as it might seem. But it's not as difficult as your wife is probably making it for you. Everyone in the, what did I say? Everyone is jealous down there, the last one?
Above average Joe said, everybody is jealous in the beginning. Yeah, you know what it was for me? I actually wasn't really jealous. Actually, I would get so turned on when I would see girls just like flocking in his face, sweating him. But the reason why I would flip out was because society, as our lovely, whoever this crazy lady was in here that was talking mad junk earlier, will make us believe. Society gaslights us into thinking that it's normal to be jealous, and you should be jealous, and you should.
Like jealous in a toxic way, jealous.
Yeah, you should want to fight somebody if they're coming for your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend. That's just normal. That's just normalized. Like, I don't look crazy if I say I'm jealous because some girl is looking at my man, right?
But you look crazy as a man if you say that you're jealous. Now, here's the thing about that whole situation. You as the man, if you're doing, and it doesn't have to do with money, it has to do with two things, security and comfort. If you're doing your thing in that way, your woman won't want another man. She won't want to go anyplace else. That's why there's this waiting list, because these girls from her different jobs over the years, they've seen there's a lot of peace in your house. When they called here, like, you see how there's, like, my daughter's here right now. There's nobody yelling in the background. She ain't running in here telling us and interrupting us and all this type of stuff. You know, she's keeping herself occupied. There's a level of peace that I bring to her life. She didn't bring peace to my life in the way that I brought peace to her life. She brought a peacefulness into my life, is that when I leave the house and I got to deal with all that foolishness outside, foolishness of the world in the comments, she's my peace in the sense of I can just vent, I can kick it with her. She's soft, she's attractive. It's nice. She's making me meals.
But here's the thing.
The peace I brought to her was she don't got to deal with the world pulling her 7 different ways. She got the church pulling her. She got her job pulling her. She's got the school her son goes to pulling her. She's got her son pulling her.
When we got serious.
She's got all of these different things pulling her, and all of these different. She's got her husband pulling her. She's got her baby father pulling her. She's got the guys that she was just talking to and getting attention from in her DMs pulling her.
My family, oh my God.
She's got her family pulling her. She's got family of her extended family pulling her. So there's 9 different things. And these things can be stressful to us men. A woman is not meant to deal with all these stresses. She's not meant to. She's not emotionally built for it. And if a woman hears me say that, it might sting a little bit. But when she's alone, she knows this stuff bothers her. It stresses her. She wants to cry.
Anxiety. Yeah, you're crying every night. You're like, well,
you're yelling at your kids. You have a baby dad. You maybe got a bad relationship with your mom. Your mom might have a boyfriend. You got a bad relationship with him. It's all of these things, and everybody has to deal with this.
We call that drama in girl world. So much drama in my life, and like, I am not on TV. Why I got all this drama? And
your man is not supposed to. A good man, the man that if you chose correctly,
he's not supposed to bring you more drama.
He's not bringing you drama.
I already have enough without you.
So there's a piece that I brought to her life is to where even her own family, her family and friends, I protect her from. I always say to her, make me the bad guy. Make them believe I'm just being a jerk and I won't let you leave the house if you don't want to go and deal with them today.
He did used to say that to me all the time.
Tell them this is where you can leverage this thing that girls know.
Yeah, he'd be like, tell them your bossy husband won't let you do it, so that way you don't have to tell them, I don't want to hang out with you today.
Now, Damaris, I can see kind of from her thumbnail, she takes her looks seriously. So at the very least, she believes that she's attractive. I'm saying that to say there's girls that you don't like, you don't want to hang out with, but you have to be nice, polite. How you doing?
Wow, look at you.
So you can't really say that to them. Wouldn't it be great if your man could say to you, well, just tell them I'm being a jerk and I won't let you leave. That way you don't have to find a way to let them down or go and hang out with them even though you don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, this is a part of the peace that a guy brings. And this is something that these girlfriends, it's more than 7. I just be using Isaiah 4:1 to articulate my point. That's the type of peace that these girls wish they had. Mm-hmm. And then somebody else said in the comments before another video, she said, wisdom is so sexy. And these girls that my wife has befriended, or these women who have befriended my wife, they think I'm some intelligent. He's got a lot of wisdom, and man, it would be great.
They're not even dating you, and then the ones who you give like some advice to about something. Like, remember the one girlfriend who was really, she was really stressed out because her son was turning 18 and he don't want to go to school. He don't do nothing all day but play video games.
Oh, yeah.
And she couldn't like get through to him to try to like motivate him to do something with himself.
Yep.
So you said, make him get a job. When he starts making money, then it'll kick in. All men want to make money. You feel empowered when you're making your own money. So don't coddle him. Let him go and work, and then you'll see a change. She had him start like an internship somewhere doing something. I don't know. He's very good at math. So he was doing something. Now he's graduating with his GED, right? Because he had dropped out of school. He did get his GED. He got his GED top of the class. He's finishing up his internship, and he's about to start working at Boeing. And he's got like a whole like path, a plan mapped out of what he wants to do in the next 5 years. And she was like, yo, I thought it was going to be like this nigga was going to live on my couch for the next 10 years, you know?
Well, here's another thing that I think women don't really realize. I already was 19. So I know what your 19-year-old son is going through. I know what some of the thoughts, even not the feelings he's having, like, you know, like women, not that. I know his thoughts. I know some of the guy thoughts he's having. I know some of the guy competition he got to deal with. He's got to deal with the competition of other 19-year-olds.
And grown-ass men.
And grown men.
Yeah.
And now he thinks he has to deal with the competition of other women trying to take his women away. So I know that. Let him go make some money. Once he gets some money, he won't turn back. And this is another level of peace that a man can bring to the woman, because he understands your young son in a way that you could never. You could never understand your young son in that way. Even though you made him, he came out of your body, you don't understand him because you didn't create another woman. You created a guy. Guys think like how us guys think.
Yo, like this morning, did you hear me out here talking to Ginu?
No, what'd you say?
He opened up the fridge and he was just staring at the fridge and not talking.
He was trying to figure out what
5 minutes.
Well, he was trying to figure out what I'm gonna put together.
But
what
listen
I
to this.
have.
I'm talking to him, going, "Hey, are you okay? You okay? What's up? You okay? You okay? Hey, why aren't you talking? Hey, what do you need? What are you looking for in the fridge?" He's not answering me. My son has autism, so when he's like flustered, he goes mute. He just stops talking altogether, and he just stands there like a statue, catatonic. He won't speak, right? So I'm sitting here like, what is this problem? Like, what's wrong with you, right? So I'm like, go sit down for a second. So I'm trying to like figure out what is happening. Lo and behold, the thing that was stressing him was I haven't made my own meal in 7 months because he's off at work every single day. He works a full-time job, and he's there from like 10 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night. Like, he just walked through the door. Today is an early release day, you know, because the mall's not open that late. So he's sitting here like processing in his head, oh my gosh, I haven't made myself my own meal in months. And he's like, just processing this reality. And I'm sitting here like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Who's stressed about something like that? You know?
He don't know what to put together, you know, just all that kind of stuff. He's not really certain. But in any case, the when a guy said, what is this lifestyle that these girls, they want to be around this dude, they want peace. Like, but this is the thing, I don't want to just give you peace. That's the difference. These weird dudes want your box around, so they'll talk and say all this stuff,
right?
In order
but then
to make
you get around them and they actually just trade you more drama, so it don't work out. That's why these girls end up single again, but with a whole nother baby.
But these women, they already know that. That's not something that I have to tell them, or my wife has to tell them. It's just when these girls start hitting my wife with, yeah, well, what about this? And what about that? Did you think about this? And what about when he does this? My wife would be like, well, you know, it's been 16 years and that hasn't kicked in yet. So you tell me when that's supposed to happen.
Yeah, so it's not about the guy being God, which is ridiculous. No human being is God. So what it is, though, is that as God told us, women, your husband should be the head of your household. If he don't know how to run a household, he not even qualified to be a husband. So you're gonna just end up rebelling against him and running away because you don't know what you're doing. What the hell am I doing here? Naturally, this is just our natural instinct. Even if you have no religion, as a woman, you're just naturally inclined to follow behind the person who's leading your household, like your daddy or your husband, because it's just programmed inside of you. That's just the way that nature made you. And you don't want all these problems. Like, as a woman, I don't want to go to work. Raise your hand if you are a woman who loves going to work. You might like your job, but you don't want to be at work.
That's that's the two things I was talking about: comfort and security. The person Mimi who said lack of protective covering.
That's what you want.
That's what you're off. That's why these girls are on the waiting list, because they want to just come right now.
That's why these women who make six figures claim that they need a man who make more money than them, because she know in the back of her head, if I could find me a dude who got at least as much money as me or more, I'm quitting this job. I don't want to work forever. I don't want to be pregnant at work. Ilk. Like, wait. Huh?
So that's the part that women are keeping quiet. I want a guy who makes more money than me, because once I find him, I'm quitting. I ain't gonna work no more. I'm gonna just get his money.
Oh no, we don't want to work. But if I tell you that, in this 50-50 world that we live in, that might be a turnoff for you. You might be looking at me like a gold digger. So I ain't gonna say that to you. I'm gonna say, I could take care of myself. I could buy my own weave. But I'm just saying, why should I have to? He should just get it for me because I'm trying to look his way.
Now, here's another thing that a lot of women be leaving out on purpose. Every woman don't make six figures. Some women work at Walmart, but they're having these same problems that you, the woman who makes six figures, is having. Y'all not having different problems. Y'all not having different problems. Y'all just having a different tax bracket level of problem. It's the same problem. You just in a different tax bracket.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So these girls are like, they're looking for a getaway from their bed that they made.
Yeah, one of my girlfriends is married to a lawyer, and she has the same problems that everybody else got who are married to men who make less money than him. She's not doing any better because her man is a lawyer.
What did the man say?
I've been with my boyfriend husband for 13 years. He's my best friend, my soulmate, my backbone. I don't have friends, I don't hang out, and I don't go to clubs or bars. I am 9 years older than my boyfriend. And here's the thing, once you have somebody who does all of that for you, you don't need nobody else. That's why when women find good men, we disappear from the friend circles. You call us and we're not available. Never. We always busy. We always got something to do.
Here's another thing. I'm glad you said that first part first, but this is what my wife normally says. If your man is already all of that stuff, you don't even want another guy.
No, you don't.
So when these other girls say, well, how, can't she have other men? The women who would raise their hand and be like, I don't even want another dude.
But
what
why?
Are you talking about?
I don't want drama. I don't want more drama in my life. So why would I go looking for a whole nother dude and I gotta balance two personalities? That's too much.
That be these girls
Leave
like
me
that
alone.
lady when I was in here talking, who don't have a man already right now, talking about, well, you can have another girl, I can have one. I always say to these girls, why don't you have multiple men now?
Again, what you just said. To women who say that to me, I always be asking them, why are you single now? Why you who believe that you should be able to have all these different boyfriends ain't got one? Why you don't got one man paying all your bills for you? Why you don't got one man fathering your kids for you? Why you don't got one man in your life right now who's a stable
plenty of men
fixture?
from my generation currently have 2-3 women that they're dealing with. None of them is their wife, none of them are their girlfriends, but they got 2-3 women right now. Why don't you as a woman have that? If you should have that right now. Because of bodies, that's why you don't. That's why you don't have.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like those women who are, you have a bunch of guys you slept with that dumped baby seeds inside of you and then ran away. Like that's not the same thing as having a man. You don't got no man. You see what I'm saying? But you worried about whether I should be able to go and sleep with another dude or 2 or 3. You already doing that in your life and it ain't working for you. So why would I copy what you're doing? You know what I'm saying?
Now, something else I want to say to you guys. It's not even a situation about you going and looking for the girls. And this is another thing that women be leaving out. The girls be looking for you.
Yep.
Man, bruh. Did you forget how life works, being on the internet too much?
And that takes me back to in the beginning when I was saying that the women don't throw themselves at the man. When they realize you're in an open relationship, they throw themselves at the woman. They come to the woman of the relationship and try to become your best friend, bestie, so that they can infiltrate your relationship, like actually how just the average woman, even if you're not in an open relationship, even if you're in a monogamous relationship, all of us women know, how many times have your mother and your aunties told you, Don't introduce your man to your girlfriends because she gonna try and steal him. Don't tell your girlfriends how good your man is to you because she gonna try and steal him. So many times, this is just a mantra within girl culture that we've heard over and over and over again. And we'll tell her, not my bestie. Well, she's my sister.
Now, what you're saying, this is stuff that us guys have heard, but we don't know definitively.
Then come to find out,
because another woman never told us.
Come to find out, when he's caught cheating, who he caught cheating with? Your best friend, your girlfriend, your homegirl, some girl you knew first, you're closer to, but he somehow ended up in the bed with her. How did that happen?
Why do that when off the rip? You can let her know, I already know you like him. Now let's negotiate. Because I know you like him. I know you know he's a good man. I know you don't have a good track record with men. Let's negotiate how we're going to do this. You should be talking with this girl. This is really empowerment for you women. You have more power in this situation.
But I'm saying before it even gets to that part.
Before it gets to that part.
Nobody's recruiting you, ho. Like, you're not even his type. My man don't want you. You're not even his type. You know what his type is? It ain't got nothing to do with your looks. You stupid. That's why you're not his type. You can't have a conversation like this with him. Because you'll be too much in your feelings and overthinking everything he's saying and be like, oh, what? Is he talking about me? Oh my God. Don't nobody got time for that. He ain't about to spend the next 3 hours apologizing to you because you took something he said the wrong way. And now he got to re-say everything all over. He ain't doing that with you. He's busy. What is you talking about? You're not his type. Period. I know him, okay? You're not his type. There are some women that we might run into who are, but they're usually like, Damari, she's already married. Most women like that are already taken off the market. What is you talking about? You understand what I'm saying? You left over. Don't nobody want you. Even loser dudes don't want to talk to you. So, like, why would my man take you on? He's not a loser.
Fellas,
why?
Fellas and women in here, is it making more sense when she says, it's a waiting list? It's not we're putting you on a waiting list. It's
that's the best I can do for you.
You as the girl want to have an affair with him in the first place. Not because he's all great and everything. That's just your nature for one. And then for two, when you put in all of this other stuff, like, wait, there's peace in your house? Your husband is basically like your shield?
You don't have to work?
You don't have to work? He not bringing more drama into your life? Well, do he have any? Because that's the one thing. Us guys will say,
does she got some friends?
Yeah, do your wife got a sister? That's what us guys say. She got a friend?
No, these women, they say, how can I get me a piece of that man? How can I take his attention away from her and put it on me?
But do we know that, men? We don't have no idea. Damaris knows that. Damaris knows. Matter of fact, she already said it without saying it. I don't have no friends. I don't hang out.
We don't need them. I don't need
y'all coming over here and trying to figure out lying around.
When we were moving from Washington State to here, right? My girlfriends from Washington, they still call me, like, trying to check up on me, right? But really what they're doing is trying to see, did you guys, like, did somebody move into your house yet that's about to be, like, the sister wife? Because is that slot still open? That's what they're doing. But they be calling me, trying to act like they're checking up on me, right? So they were like, oh, what do you like the best about being out there? I said that I don't have no friends. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I realized what a distraction having friends is. And I have time to actually focus on my goals, like my YouTube videos, like making sure my house is neat and decorated the way that I want, cooking, working out, getting my health right. Like, I want to focus on those things, spending more time with my husband and my children. My kids are growing up fast. My son already 19 years old. He's ready to leave.
This is 100% real, Diesel. We're not just out here making content. You know, this is 100% real.
This girl got so offended when I told her I like not having friends. And she was like, what? What do you mean your friends are a distraction? What are you talking about? I said, yeah, because then you have to stop everything you're doing, get dressed, go to the party, entertain everyone. Because I'm always the person that has to entertain everybody. That's exhausting. I don't always want to be entertained. Why don't y'all ever entertain me? Like, can we do that? No. You turn on the karaoke music. You always hand me the mic. You pick the songs, Gypsy. You sing the song. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to go to the beach? I don't even like the beach. Like, I don't want to be there.
Now, early on in our relationship, you heard her say earlier, I told her, your friends are boring. She took offense to that. As we've been together, growing together, now she realizes They are boring, and they always want me to entertain them. Adonis just is entertainment.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to entertain you. I'm just
They want to
entertaining.
frivolously spend money on like the same old. How many T-shirts do you need? How many pairs of shoes do you really need? How much lipstick do you need?
Her girlfriends absolutely look at Gypsy like she's the entertainment. She's funny. She's got a bubbly personality. She's gonna make us laugh. Let's go hang out. In your teens, do that. You need to be using that part of your personality
I'm a
to
wife,
find
I got
your
kids.
man.
Like, I don't want to do all of that and just play with you guys. Like, that's what they want to do. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. It was fun for when we were in Washington, where our space was smaller and I couldn't make content the way I want to because, like I showed you guys earlier, I'm a doll tuber. So I'm always doing stuff with Barbie dolls and they take up a lot of space. I don't got the space in this damn house to do all of that. So I endured it as long as I could, but now we done made plans to go somewhere else where it's much more space. I can do all the things that I've been putting on a back burner. And here I can do that. I don't have a bunch of friends knocking on the door, calling me, blowing up my phone, interrupting everything I'm doing because they want me to hang out with them and talk to them and give them attention because they ain't got no men.
That's the part. That's the part. I'm glad you got to that. All women want attention. And these girls, it doesn't matter if they're getting attention from men or from women or from kids. They want attention, and they're not getting the attention, the level of attention that
It does matter. They
want.
prefer to get it from a man. That's why they disappear when a boyfriend comes along. But they'll just settle for attention from
Damaris,
other
this is
people.
not a diss. Damaris is getting the level of attention that she wants. I don't know the level of attention that she wants.
She don't need
But
no friends.
whatever level of attention that is going to make Damaris cool, this guy is giving her that. So she disappeared from all of her friends.
Here's the other balance of it too.
And that's just how it works.
Sometimes I don't want attention. Like I said, I want you to leave me the hell
Read that.
alone.
Read
Friends
that what
only
she-
want to know one thing is your business and what's going on in your relationship. The less people, the less drama. Didn't I say earlier, y'all? That's all we do when we get with our girlfriends. Start talking about boys. We just talk about men. We just talk about
Now,
love life.
just to go over that again, when these girls get together and they start talking about boys, when they come up to Gypsy, it's like, well, where's all of your complaints? I can't wait to hear it.
I ain't got none.
And her complaint is like, oh man.
My complaint is, how long have we been here, y'all? We've been here an hour. Can I go home? Like, I want to leave. I'll be like, oh, my husband needs me. I got to go home because he's hungry and he can't cook. Like, I'll make up stories to try to leave early because I don't want to be at my baby shower. Okay, rest in peace to my baby. But at my baby shower, before we came down here, all my Filipina girlfriends threw me a beautiful, beautiful baby shower. These girls. I had 2 baby showers, y'all. I never had this experience with no pregnancy before, so I'm grateful for that. But when we were at the baby shower, I felt so awkward because I'm like, I don't care. Like, whatever y'all are yapping about, I don't care. This is such a superficial conversation. Nobody's talking about nothing real.
Wait, real quick, let's get some more donations in here. I don't mean to say it like that. I don't mean to, but I'm saying we got to get out of here. We can just talk, but I have to monitor us so that we don't. Which is why we try to keep these things just an hour. Because we will just
Have
talk
we been
all
on here
day.
longer than an hour?
Like, me and her already just talk
Oh
to
my.
each other and keep each other entertained. But I'm saying, because I'm finna wrap it up. So just finish telling your story, because I want to hear it too.
Anyways, so I'm pregnant, I'm like uncomfortable, and I'm just sitting here like, it's hot, like, we already ate the food, we already opened the gifts, like, why are we all still here, you know? And they were just dragging it on and on and on and on, and I was just like, I do not want to be here. One of the girls that was at the baby shower said, oh, I don't have a ride. And I was like, you need a ride? She was like, are you able to give me a ride? I said, oh, I'll call my son. Soon as you're ready, let me know. He'll come and pick us up. She was like, I kind of have to leave now, though. And I was like, that's fine. Call him up. Hey, can you come get me the baby shower? I'm going to give my friend a ride. Lickety split. He showed up. Everybody was stunned when I got up. I was like, okay, guys, bye. And they were like, you're leaving? I'm like, I got to go. Homegirl needs a ride. And I told her I would give her a ride.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, okay. Do you know, when I left, it was like 7 p.m. when I left. At 11 o'clock, I was still getting text messages from the girls saying they were still there. And I'm like, thank God I left when I left. Because, no, it's too exhausting. I cannot.
Yeah.
I would not. I was so relieved to finally be back in the house with my man and my kids. Like, that's where I want to be at. I don't want to be over there with y'all. Why?
So as much as these women try to make you
Walking.
men feel like it's somehow abnormal, women themselves, once they get their man, they don't want to be around nobody else.
No.
And The attractive women, like I can't really tell, I can kind of see Damaris. She looks like she takes her looks seriously. That being said, some guy took her seriously and he took her off the market. And that's what all of us guys are out here to do. We're trying to get a woman and take her off the market. The problem is other women are trying to get your man and take him away from you. It's not always that the dude is just trying to go off and be some weirdo. That's a lot of weird guys like that. Peace, Diesel. I think it's like 7 o'clock over here. Yeah, it's a lot of weird dudes, but all men are not these weird dudes. And this is why there's a waiting list, because most of these girls who end up befriending my wife, they've never met a guy who isn't a weirdo. They've only women mostly run into weird dudes.
They actually think men need them. Like, they believe that the man can't function without her because he needs her credit, he needs her to do him a bunch of favors, he needs her smarts, he needs her to somehow make his life balance.
These are drug dealer dudes. He don't have credit. He can't get an apartment because he don't have a job. He can't go to this place who does a background check with $30,000 and say, I want to pay for the whole. They're gonna call the cops. He needs you for that. These other men who you run into, I'm not even talking about 6 figures. I'm talking about a dude who made $40,000 or $50,000 on taxes last year. He made $40,000 or $50,000 for the year. He don't need your credit. He don't need your car. He don't need any of that stuff. And he has wisdom and he has not even smarts like he's super genius. Just he knows how to be where he's supposed to be and not be where he's not supposed to. A lot of women don't know the difference. You just
but
end
these
up.
Same women, when they run into that man, it's not like she knows how to make him interested in her, so she still can't do anything with him. It's just talk. It all sounds good. It's like you standing outside of a whole mansion, standing outside the gate screaming at them saying, whatever, you're not special because you got a mansion, whatever, you probably an asshole anyway. And when the person opens the gates and says, okay, well, do you want to come in here and live here and take care of all the bills and take care of the responsibilities of owning a home like this? They will not do that. Well, how? I can't afford to live in a house like this, but I'm giving it to you. You can afford it. Figure it out. No, they're not going to figure it out. They're going to run for the hills and go right on back to the projects.
So you saying somebody giving a person a mansion and saying, here, come in here and do whatever, you saying they would stand at the gates and go back to the projects?
Like I be asking my girlfriends, what the hell you going to even do with somebody like Adonis? Like, he's not rich and you can't keep up with him. He's not all young and buff. You still can't keep up with him. Like, dude, he's just a normal, ordinary, average man. He just has a specific type of personality and a sense of responsibility to lead his household. That's all. He's just a confident dude. What are you going to say to him that's going to make him want to, like, take you on as a piece of responsibility?
Here's the thing, my guy that said, just take the milk. What makes you think I want your milk? What's so special about your milk? And that's the simping part. When these dudes, like...
That's what these girls hope.
These younger guys, y'all don't know the difference.
They hope that them showing some interest will make him stop everything he's doing and pay attention to them. You see what I'm saying? But he's not. I got to go make my videos because I make money doing this. I got to go and take my kid to school because I need to drive her there. I don't want her walking.
Wait. And while I'm doing this is the part where my wife says, he can't be your therapist. While I'm doing this, while I'm making videos, I can't stop everything to come look at you. Like a goldfish in a fishbowl. While I'm taking my daughter to school,
you gotta have your own thing.
I don't want to hear when I come back, oh, where was you? Oh, I texted you. Oh, why you didn't take your phone?
Thank you. Who was that girl that you was talking to at Walmart?
Well, if you don't trust me while you're here, this is another reason why these girls are on the waiting list. Like, my wife is calling it a waiting list, but they are calling and checking, hey, did you get another? Because they already know it's real. They know it's real in the sense of, I know when he go outside, girls are just looking at him. He gives off a certain energy, whether it be dad energy, whether it be responsibility energy, whether it be fun energy.
That's what it is. You're fun.
He's giving off a vibe.
Girls just like to have fun, like Cyndi Lauper told us so many years ago.
But
she
fellas,
knew what she was talking about.
I'm not saying it's only me. I'm saying you give off that vibe too. You probably are hindering it. You probably got, like my one guy from Canada said, his wife is a witch. I know he's suppressing who he really is. He's like this around her all the time. He gotta sit small around her. I know it. And other women, that's making them be like, ugh, gross. If he was just to stand up, walk with like he got a spine, Mad women will be like, oh, where's he
Where
going?
he going?
Who is he?
I want to go. What's
See,
over there?
you see how you quiet in the comments? You didn't even know that. You didn't even know that. And I'm not trying to just motivate you and make you feel good about yourself. I'm saying, bro, 7 women are going to take hold of one man.
But then here's this other part too, because I want to add this in, and I'm sure Damaris can confirm that it's like this. When you, as a woman, want the attention from your man, of course you want him to give you the attention, you know? So if he's giving you just enough attention, that's great. But there's this extra factor of, I don't always want attention. Sometimes leave me alone. I'm trying to watch my show on Netflix. I'm trying to do this hobby that I'm into. I want to go run out and run errands. I want to go spend some time with the kids. Like, it's certain things as a woman you want to be left alone to do. That's your own me time. You know what I'm saying? Some girls, they just want to sit in a bathtub. I just want to be in the tub in my nice, warm, bubbly water and just feel sensations on my skin and smell all these nice, beautiful scents from the bath water and the candles I lit, and just be quiet, everybody, so I just listen to my ambient music and space out. I don't want attention right now. You understand what I'm saying?
Not this guy attention.
Imagine this dude coming in the bathroom, just interrupting, hey, sexy, huh? You wanna leave me alone? You know what I'm saying? I wanna just breathe, you know? I just wanna smell the nice smells. Can you shut up? Go away. And you don't want to have to do that to these clingy guys who are just like all up in your face. And you're like, bro, this is too much attention. You know what I mean? That's why these girls, when they get like DMs from a bunch of randos, they don't take none of them serious, because it's like, it's too much. Leave me alone. You feel me? We always go after the guys who aren't really paying us that much attention, except just the right amount that I need. Don't smother me, okay? Just when I need it. When I need it, you're there. Thank you. I like this.
So in short, fellas, there's nothing special that Adonis is doing. There's no special lifestyle that Adonis is bringing. It's just your current lifestyle as a woman is, if it's not impoverished, if you're not impoverished, I'm not saying I'm saving you from poverty, it's the lack of peace, it's the chaos that you have.
It's just the ideal amount of average stability that most average women are telling themselves, if I had that, I'd be content. You're not about to live Beyonce's life, honey child. Get over it.
And most of these women are average. I don't mean they're average in looks. They look like Beyonce. Absolutely.
But personality-wise, you're just an average woman. And
you're not exceptionally intelligent. Mm-hmm. You're average. You're not an exceptional homemaker. You're average. You're not an exceptional mother. You're average. You're not an exceptional girlfriend. You are average. You're not special. You're very beautiful. You're very attractive. You have what it takes to be on TV. But can you read? You are average. Because you got to read a teleprompter. You have what it takes to be one of these ladies on Telemundo News, thick, juicy. But can you read the weather? Damn. Can you read the cue cards? Are you manageable? When they say cut, are you going to say, no, it ain't cut. That's a good take. I ain't doing it again.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
You are average. Mm-hmm. And you as a man, if you understood that about women, you'd be able to, first of all, you get more women coming at you to the point you have to go, whoa, stop. Mm-hmm. Then you'd have a waiting list. That's first. And then two, if you understood that about yourself, you'd be able to say, why do I even want your milk? For the guy who said, you can take the milk, you don't got to take the cow. But why do I want? Your milk is sour.
Yeah, because your milk comes with something.
What's special about your milk? Mm-hmm. Do I need your... Explain to me why I need your milk. And there's a lot of men...
interchangeable. You're not exceptionally good in
Listen,
bed.
I want to tell you other people that's in here. Don't think I'm just not reading the comments. These men are now taking notes. Don't feel embarrassed, men. It's no shame. None of these men today really know this.
But they want to be relationship coaches and tell you, oh, if you're a high value man, girls are going to come and line up.
Kevin Samuels ain't have no wife.
Give me a break.
I mean, I'm not saying what he was saying was wrong. Part of it was good. But the second part is why you don't have a wife right now with you. The only woman I ever saw on his show was that Asian girl, Jenny Babas, that he probably paid to be there. Same with
She's
Fresh and
there
Fit.
for the content.
Why y'all don't got no women? These are OnlyFans girls that y'all paid to be there, or that y'all coerced and said, "Oh, you're gonna
Because
get
ain't no
fame
woman
somehow."
in her right mind gonna trust that dude to run her household. She's gonna be like, he got a temper problem.
So these guys are in here taking notes, and they're probably embarrassed. And there's no shame, fellas, because these dudes don't know more than what you know. They know internet stuff. I'm telling you the real deal. You know, I didn't do no whole bunch of to get. I didn't even. I didn't choose Gypsy. I didn't see her. She saw me walking, doing what I'm trying to do, trying to build my empire. Had a whole plan about how I was gonna get to 400,000 or 500,000 a year by myself. I had a whole plan, and this was a part of my plan. And she saw the ambition in my walk. Because when you got a plan of how you gonna make money as a man, you start walking up straight. You can't wait to get. Oh, I can't. Oh, what? I'm gonna be. Oh, my snatcher. I'm gonna kill him out here when I get this money, right? I know us as guys. And a woman will see that on you as you're walking out of the gym, walking to the gym, going to put gas in your car, and she will be like, well, where he going? What he doing? He
That's
doing
true.
something.
But you
and
also
she'll
got to be able
approach you.
to sustain it, you see? Because I'll approach you, but if you say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, show me that you're not what you're looking like you are, I'm going to bounce. I'm out. I'm about to sit here and just figure you out. Why did I do that?
It must have disconnected for a second. That's probably our cue to get up out of here.
Yeah, we do have to because I got to cook.
All right, y'all. This has been great. We'll do it again in the future. Will we do it again in the future?
Maybe.
Maybe we'll do it again in the
Yeah,
future.
but thank you for contributing to the conversation. It was really good.
Everybody,
really, really good.
we appreciate that. You want to say a goodbye? Peace to everybody? One of these? Okay.
Link, 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 link.